Hello everyone. Today topic of representation is the general methods of extraction of herb. After studying this topic, student will able to define the extraction and discuss the methodology, know the criteria for choice of solvent, understand the different extraction process and apply the theoretical knowledge to the practical. Basically, in introduction, what is meant by extraction? Extraction is nothing but the separation of medicinally active portion of the plant from the inactive or inert component by using the selective solvent. It means that the separation of medicinally active chemical constituent of the plant by using the different solvent. That process is called as extraction, and the product obtained from the plant are relatively impure in the form of liquid, semi-solid or powders, and they are used for oral or external use. Basically, what is the difference between the extraction and extract? Extraction is nothing but the isolation or separation of active chemical constituent of the crude drug material by using the suitable solvent. That process is nothing but the extraction. And extract is the preparation of crude drug which contain the all chemical constituent which are soluble in that solvent used for the extraction. That is the basic difference between the extract and extraction. Next method is the choice of solvent. This is the very important step for choosing the solvent. What should be criteria are there? These are given here. First one is it should be highly selective for the compound to be extracted. It means that that solvent should be selective for that particular part of the plant which should get extracted. Then second is that it should having the high capacity for the extraction process. It means that it can be extracted more and more chemical constituent for that plant. That efficiency should having that solvent for the extraction processes, and that efficiency should be very high efficiency so that we can get the more and more extract from that part of the plant of that crude drug. Next one is it should not reacted with the extracted compound or other compound in the plant material. It means that it should not causes the any chemical reaction with the extracted plant material so that its activity get decreased, or it can causes the any decomposition or any type of chemical reaction so that we can't perform any activity by using such types of extract. Hence, it should be chemically stable. It should not get reacted with any compound present in that plant material. Next is it should be economically suitable. It means that it should having the low price so that everyone can purchase and use that solvent for the extraction process. Hence, it should having the low price. Next one is it should be harmless to the man as well as the environment. It should not causes any harmful reactions. Whoever the person can use the solvent for the extraction process, as well as it should not causes any harmful reaction over the environment also. It should be completely volatile. It should not get stick to our body. It should get evaporated at a room temperature. Hence, it should be volatile. These are the various criteria. On the basis of criteria, the solvent should be selected for the extraction process. Next, this is the chart, and in this chart there is various solvents are given for active component extraction, in which the first solvent is the water. Water is used for the active component extraction such as an anthocyanins, starches, tannins, saponins, terpenoids, polypeptides, lecithin. These are the various active constituents are extracted by using the water as a solvent for extraction. And by using the ethanol, the various active components like tannins, polyphenol, polyacetylens, flavonols, terpenoids, steroids, alkaloids are extracted by using ethanol as a solvent for extraction. Next, by using methanol, the anthocyanin, terpenoids, saponins, tannins, xanthocylins, totterol, quasionoids, lactones, flavones, phenones, polyphenols are extracted. Then by using the chloroform, terpenoids as well as flavonoids extracted. Then by using the ether, alkaloids, terpenoids, coumarins, fatty acid, active components are extracted. Next, by using acetone, phenols and flavonols are extracted. as a component of extraction by using acetone as a solvent. Besides this, the hexane or pet ether should be used to remove the fatty material or oil from the plant material. Apart from this, whenever the extraction process is started, firstly that part of plant should be extracted with the hexane or pet ether, so that the whatever the fatty content present in that plant material, it should get removed out, and then it is subjected for the whatever the solvent you have to select it for the extraction process, then that solvents are used. Before that, firstly the pet ether or hexane material should be used, then various solvents are used for the extraction process. These are the basic solvents and their criteria we have seen for the extraction process. Next is the methods of extraction. There are various methods of extraction, in which the first method is the infusion method. It is the traditional method, and in this method firstly the drug is mixed with water, then it is allowed to stand for the 15 to 20 minutes. Then while during this period the stirring or shaking should be done. And in this method no heat is applicable, there is no use of the heat while preparation of this infusion, and this method is basically applied to the soft drugs and drugs which contain the water soluble constituent, so that the drug, when we can mix that drug material with the powder, it gets soaked inside that water, so that that water material get easily diffused inside the soft drug, and active constituent are dissolved inside that water, so that we can get the active constituent inside that infusion. And then such material, after 15 to 20 minutes, such material then it is subjected for the filtration process. Then after filtration, whatever the filtrate we have get, that filtrate is nothing but the infusion, and that filtrate should be used within the 24 hours. And generally this, for the preparation of this infusion, 20 to 25% ethanol should be used as a preservative, so that it can't get decomposed or it can't get infected with any microbes. That ethanol should play the important role as a preservative. It can prevent the microbial growth. Infusion which containing the ethanol, that such types of infusions are stored for a longer period of time, and these are the diagrammatic representation of methods of preparation of infusion. Second method is the maceration method. In this method, firstly you have to take down the chopped plant material, or firstly you can chop the plant material or any drug part of plant, and then it is soaked inside the solvent. And the extraction time of this maceration method varies from minute to up to the weeks, and the solvent and solute ratios should be solute and solvent proportion, it should be 1:10, and generally the agitation or shaking should be done from time to time. This maceration may be single, double or triple type of maceration, but in case of double and triple type of maceration, mainstream should be divided into 2 part or 3 part for getting the more extractive value. In the laboratory, while preparation of this maceration, the firstly the plant material get finely chopped, then it is subjected in a clean glass jar which is having the lid. Firstly, this plant material is soaked inside that solvent which is used for the maceration process, so that the solvent should be cover all the plant material which can be kept inside that jar. Then lid should be closed, then it is subjected for the 7 days, and during this period of time shaking should be done. And after 7 days then it is filtered. That filter is nothing but the macerate, and by using this method, and that filtrate is called as a macerate, and the process is called as a maceration. And in this case, this is the diagrammatic representation for the preparation of the maceration. And in case of, as we know that in case of double and triple type of maceration, we can divide the mainstream into the 2 or 3 part for getting the more and more extractive yield. We can perform it. It is used for the small scale of preparation in the lab scale. For large scale of preparation, you should use the continuous extraction method or oxalate extraction method. In this case also, there is no use of the heat for the preparation of extraction for the preparation of maceration. Next one is the digestion method of extraction, in which the digestion is enhanced by the application of heat. It means that there is extraction is done by using the heat, and this process is mainly applicable to heat stable substances. And this is the diagrammatic representation for digestion method of extraction. Next one is the decoction method. In this method, firstly you can take the drug inside the vessel, then it is mixed with the water, and then it is heated for 15 to 20 minutes so that the drug get properly mixed with that water material, and active constituent goes inside that water after boiling, after providing it heat. After 20 minutes, then it is subject for the filtration process, and that active constituent present in that drug material goes inside that solvent. That solvent should extract out all the active constituent present in that plant material. Then it is filtered. That filtrate is nothing but the decoction, and decoction also should be consumed within a 24 hours. And this decoction method is applicable for water soluble drug and heat sensitive hard woody type of drug. It is applicable. And this is the diagrammatic representation of decoction methods of extraction. Next method is the percolation method, and in this case the extraction of plant material is carried out continuously by using the fresh solvent, and it is of two types: simple percolation and hot percolation. Simple percolation called as a cold percolation, and hot percolation called as sock slit technique. We can see the each method one by one. First one is the simple percolation, also called as a cold percolation. For this process of extraction, there is use of an instrument called as a percolator. It is a narrow cone-shaped vessel open at both the end, used for this process of extraction. In this method, solid drug material is moistened with the appropriate solvent which is used for this process of extraction. That drug should be firstly moistened with that menstruum. Then it is allowed to stand for 4 hours inside that closed container or percolator. The mass is packed inside that percolator, and top of the percolator is closed. Then outlet which is present at the bottom of that percolator, it is open, so that liquid gets slowly drained out from that packed material, and that liquid is nothing but the preparation of extract by using this cold percolation method. Next method is the hot percolation method. It is also called as sock slit extraction, and it is also called as the continuous methods of extraction. In case of hot percolation method, there is use of a sock slit apparatus, and in this method, firstly finely divided drug particle is placed inside the porous bag. That bag should be made up of cellulose type of material, or there is use of cellulose type of cup bags also available in the market, that should be used for this process of extraction. Or maybe that if it is not possible, then there is use of filter paper bags also used, and also there is use of a muslin cloth for the preparation of porous bag. Then inside that bag, required amount of drug, maybe 300 gram of drug, that should be accurately weighed, and then it is packed inside that porous bag, and that porous bag is placed inside the thimble part of sock slit apparatus. Then solvent which is used for the extraction process, it should be taken inside that rounded bottom flask, and that flask should be heated so that the vapors arises from that solvent, and that vapors are condenses in the condenser, and that condensed liquid should be drip into the thimble which contain the active drug material, which contain the crude drug powder, or that porous bag get wet, and extraction should be done by contact. When the level of liquid in the extraction chamber rises above the top of the siphon tube, then that all the liquid contained in the siphon tube falls into the flask. Next, this process is continuous, and it should be carried out until a drop of a solvent from the siphon tube doesn't leave any residue when it is evaporated. And this is the advantage of this method is as compared to the previous method, By using the very small quantity of solvent, we can extracted the large amount of drug. The large amount of drug can be extracted as compared to previous method. But for this method of extraction, we require the assembly. That assembly is nothing but the called as a Soxhlet extractor, which contain the various parts. Mainly, we require the rounded bottom flask RBF. Then we require the thimble and condenser. It consists of these parts. Inside the RBF, we can take the solvent which is used for the extraction process. And inside the thimble, we can keep the drug material which is placed inside the porous bag. That bag should be placed inside this thimble, and above this condenser is attached. And there is outlet and inlet for the water, cool water. And then once we can provide the heat to this, that RBF, the solvent present inside the RBF get boiled and the vapors arises. That vapors are goes through the side arm inside the condenser, and condenser cools that hot vapors, and that liquid should be drained slowly over, and that drop should be fall into that porous bag which is present inside that thimble, and that bag get wet. And extraction can be carried out by using the contact extraction, and active constituent which are get soluble, which are specific, which is having the that solvent having the high capacity for extraction of that active constituent. Such active constituent get solubilized inside that solvent, and the level of liquid inside that chamber arises, and the siphon tubes arises. Level of liquid inside that siphon tube arises at the top of this siphon level, and then it is once it goes above the top of the siphon, then it is all the liquid which should be extracted, that should be fall inside the RBF. Again this can be heated, and again this extraction cycle is started. As this method is continuous, so that it is called as a continuous methods of extraction. And also this method is suitable for heat sensitive type of drug, also applicable for hard soft type of material. All these materials are extracted by using this Soxhlet extraction or hard percolation method. Advantage of this method, it is simple and it requires the low cost as compared to other methods, but we can get the pure extract by using this method. And this is about the Soxhlet extraction method. By using the small quantity of solvent, we can extract out the large quantity of drug. This is about the general methods of extraction. Thank you.